allocated for the demo class. Okay. That means this is the main memory. And the main memory is allocated for this demo class. For this demo, this memory is allocated. We are having two members. Static yes is a member, and non-static n is another member. We have two members. S is static member, n is non-static member. Static members are defined by using the keyword static. Keyword static. Now, when there are two types of members in a class, what happens is in the memory, what happens in the memory is in the memory for static and for non-static. So two memories are allocated. One memory is a static memory. It is a static memory. And another memory is a non-static memory. This is a non-static memory, or we call as dynamic memory. Now, what happens is this S is stored in the static memory and N is stored in the non-static memory. That means here S is equal to, suppose initializer to 0. N also initializer to 0. N is also initializer to 0. And S here is equal to S plus 1. And here also N equal to N plus 1. That means we are incrementing by 1. Okay, these are static and non-static. And the functionality for S and N is increased by 1 and stored in the same reference. Now what happened here is we created an object. We created an object 1. We created an object 1 for the demo class. For demo class, we created object 1. Now this object 1 have to use both static and non-static. Static and non-static member. Now S value for object 1, S value is equal to 0 plus 1. That means S value is 1. That means object 1 goes and uses this S. After using the S value, it comes out of the static memory. But the memory of S is now changed to, now S is changed to 1. S is changed to 1. Now it goes to N. It goes to N. N value is N equal to 0 plus 1. That means N also 1. N also 1. After it finished using N, it will reset the memory. That means the N value will be again reset to 0. That means after using it, it will reset. That means now for object 1, so for object 1, S is 1 and N is also 1. S is 1 and N is also 1. We created another object 2. For the same demo class, we created another object. Now, this object also goes and starts using these two memory. Now it will see that already the S S is set to 1. S is set to 1 and it will increase by 1 and it is 2 now. But non-static n is again 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. That means this n is newly allocated every time for this object. For every object, n is newly allocated. But S is continued. That means from the first object, it continues to the second also. From second, it will continue to third. That means it will stop when you explicitly destroy it or the application ends. That means static is a continuous memory. The memory defined for one object, it will continue for other objects also. But non-static, it will define for one object and it will reset after every object. It is discrete, discontinuous memory. When to use them properly, we will see that. But let's see this point practically whether it is correct or not. So that means static members will continue. Non-static members will reset. Okay, let's see that here. I'm creating a class demo. This demo class is having a static S is equal to 0 and it is having non-static. This is so public static S equal to 0. Another one, public N is equal to 0. One static member, another one is non-static. Static and non-static. Now what we are doing here is we have a constructor. Later I will tell you about constructor, don't worry. In the constructor, static members are accessible by using class name. Already we discussed that. That means the static members are stored in static memory, are accessible by using class name. So what is the class name? Demo. Demo.s is equal to demo.s plus 1, increase by 1. Okay, and non-static members are accessible by using this keyword within the class. Within the class means inside this class only we want to access n. Then this dot n is equal to this dot n plus 1. Okay. Now we will create objects here, let obj, and we need to print the details. To print the details, I will give a print method, public print method. This print method is printing the details. So console.log, it has to print the value of s. S is equal to dollar demo.s because it is static member. And I will keep a space and n is equal to dollar this dot n because n is a non-static member. Inside the class, it is accessible by using this keyword. So print is printing them. Okay, let's create an object. Let obj1 is equal to new demo. It is an object of demo class. Through obj1, we are printing the details of s and n. Okay, so let's run this and see. Only one object is created. Let's run this and see. Right. So tsc demo.ts. Also tsc demo.ts. Okay, it is compiled. And the node demo.js, you can see s is equal to 1 and n is also equal to 1. S and n value are set to 1. So I will give a space. Okay, s and n value are set to